Yarwood Inc., the well-known global sales juggernaut, has recently implemented changes to their Veeam deployment as a result of a best practices audit. A virtual lab has been deployed in their production site to perform automatic testing of backups, ensure backup jobs are testing successfully. Backup copy jobs have been configured to send backups to a new offsite location. The Veeam backup server role has also been migrated from an old physical server on IP 156.33.241.5 to a new physical server in the offsite location on IP 169.154.100.5.1. So the main thing here is these are two different subnets that we're working with here. The sure backup jobs are failing. What should be done? So there was some key pieces of information here. First of all, we have a virtual lab that was working. So we know the sure backup jobs are definitely set up correctly. We know the virtual lab is set up correctly. All of that good stuff, the application group and so on, all of that must be correct. And then we've moved the backup server to a different location. And the key information here is I see that it's in a new subnet. That could cause some issues with routing. Let's take a look here. Delete the virtual lab in the production site and deploy a new virtual lab in the offsite location to avoid networking issues. Yeah, I would say, okay, we could potentially do this, but also depends on where do we want to test these backups. Then next real issue here is that we would then have to be pulling the backups from the production site across the network to the DR site when we're doing the instant VM recovery, because we can't do this from the backup copy jobs that are sending them to the offsite already. We can't do automatic testing of backup copies. Then there's some mention of a static route on the offsite location's default gateway to the proxy appliance on the production site. That could be a possibility. Let's keep this one in mind. Redeploy the virtual lab in the production site. It's not going to change anything. We already know that it works, so I'll disregard this one. This is a common issue as a result of performing a restore from a configuration backup instead of performing a migrate. No, this is garbage. It has nothing to do with anything, and this is not a supported configuration. This is definitely a supported configuration. So if you've been, for example, on the official Veeam Availability Suite configuration and management training, you've seen maybe not these subnets, but two different subnets, and it's successfully testing. So that can absolutely be done. So what we need is a static route. So the problem is the backup server right now is trying to get to the masqueraded network in the production site. And normally it would have a static route set up on the proxy appliance. The proxy appliance needs to be in the same IP subnet as the backup server for that to work. Right now I have to go to my default gateway to reach the proxy appliance. You can't have a static route on a target that's more than one hop away. It would have to be on the same subnet. So what we'll do here is we'll basically just send a request to the default gateway. On the default gateway, we'll set up this static route to hit the masquerade network and tell that default gateway that it needs to hit the proxy appliance to be able to get over there. And then this is going to work.